One UI 8.5, the beta, just came out. And since I have an S25 Plus, I'm able to do the beta program. So I'm going to be walking you through all of the new features, everything that I found was new, and stuff that I just found was cool in general. And let's just do this. The first thing that you're going to notice, like anybody's going to notice, is that the whole entire software is just smoother and cleaner. Everything has a slightly different look in general, no matter what it is. Except for some of the Samsung apps, but most of them got updates. But the first major thing you're going to notice is that when you go into the settings and you go to software update, you'll notice this new fresh looking update screen with a nice little color gradient in the back. It's slightly animated at some points, but it just looks clean in general. If you want to see what the last update was about, you have to press the triple dots in the top right corner, and then that's where you're going to see the last update. It's pretty obvious that iOS 26 played a very big role in Samsung's inspiration for One UI 8.5. The first thing you'll notice is that a lot of Samsung's apps got a new look. They have deeper looks. They just have a deeper 3D look in general with more depth and stuff like that. The colors are also slightly different and it just looks cleaner in general. And it's not just the app icons, the whole entire software is kind of like this in general. You'll notice that when going through a lot of stuff, even when you're uninstalling apps, you'll notice that everything has this cleaner and clearer look. It kind of looks like a better version of liquid glass in my opinion. It doesn't hint exactly at glass, but everything is just more transparent and the animations are just smoother. Everything is liquidy, kind of like liquid glass and all that stuff. But it's fine, and it's not, I wouldn't really say it's copying because it looks different enough that you can differentiate it from liquid glass. So it's like Samsung's version of liquid glass. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't really visit what I'm about to tell you about, but the battery page got a fresh new look. Everything just looks slightly more different. There's more metrics. You can see more stats and stuff like that. You can see more predictions and all of that stuff. For example, when you press the power saving button, you have more power saving information. For each mode, you can see how long your phone is going to last if you set it to that mode. For example, the first one, it's going to be 2 days, and the second one is going to be 6 days. That's when I round it by days. Now, when you open up the app drawer, you're going to notice that the search box is like this floating little island, where before it spanned across the entire screen. That's also iOS 26 inspired, but it just looks clean in general. It disappears when you're scrolling really fast, and when you stop scrolling, it reappears. Now, you'll also notice a lot of the Samsung apps got redesigned. This list includes the calculator, modes and routines, clock, files, all of that stuff. But the two apps that I realized got a really big redesign was the clock and files app. Starting with the clocks app, you'll notice that the two things that changed the most was the timer tab and the stopwatch tab. It's just more, even you could say, it's even more fun to play with if you ask me. Obviously this is a clock app, it's not really something you play with, but it's just more intuitive, it's just a better design in general. In the timers app, you can even see when your timer is going to end, so you just know, so you don't have to keep looking at the clock. And if you don't have your phone on you and you're not waiting for the vibration, you can literally look at your clock and your timer or anything around your house and you can see when it ends. So that's just a nice little detail to add. And the stopwatch just got a new design. It kind of looks like an actual stopwatch. The Photos app also got a redesign. It has that same navigation island as a lot of Samsung apps in this new update. And there's also this new thing called Private Album, which I think is very not creepy in a good way, right? Because now if you're constantly giving your friend your phones to see, so they can look at your pictures that you just took and stuff like that, you can literally put any stuff that you don't want them to see in your private album. And this works for anything that goes inside the gallery. It could be photos, it could be videos, it could be burst shots, everything, 3D videos, because that is something you can do now. I did make a short about that. You can go look for that short, and I'll also link it down below. Yeah, the gallery app just got a new design in general. Now, I did screen record this, and you're going to notice that when I press on private album, you guys can't see anything. That's just how in-depth Samsung thought about this. Like, even in screen recordings, people can't see what's inside your private album. Speaking of screen recordings, now there's also a new option for partial screen recording if you don't want to record your entire screen and just want to record a specific part. That's also very, very helpful. Now with Photo Assist, you could only do one edit at a time. But now there's a new option to continue editing the same photo without having to save what you already edited. So that means you can do different types of edits, rotating, AI removal, all of that stuff without having to press save like 4 different times. That's also a very, very helpful feature for those who use Photo Assist. I don't really use it all the time, but it's just nice to have in general. Now let's talk about Auracast. You can broadcast your audio to LE Bluetooth devices that are supported. That includes Galaxy Buds, headphones, even mics, and speakers too. So basically, this is just a one-way walkie-talkie. You can broadcast your voice, you can broadcast your audio. So if you're playing a video, you can broadcast that too. And obviously, if you can broadcast, you can also listen to stuff too. The way it works is you turn it on and then you give your friend a specific code. They type that into their Auracast and then they can listen to what's going on from their phone. Yeah, this works with Samsung devices too. Drawing Assist also got a very new design, you could say. It still has the same basic functionalities, but it's just a design that's new. But another big Samsung app that got a very big redesign was the Files app. It has the same basic features and the same basic look, but there's one new feature. It's called Storage Share. That means you can easily access your storage from different Galaxy devices without having to use Quick Share and stuff like that. You can just access them from your phone or your tablet or your Galaxy Book in general. Now this is, in my opinion, the best update of all. The Quick Panel. This is one of those things that's definitely iOS 26 inspired, because now instead of having these cards that you can't add or remove in general, you can do that now. There's new functionalities, there's even support for apps. It's kind of like widgets inside your Quick Panel. And with lots of customization, you can get something that went from this to this. You can resize stuff, you can adjust stuff, you can rotate stuff, and the expandable area, you can decide how much of it is already expanded. Yeah, like I said, this update definitely saved One UI 8. It's not like people weren't going to use Samsung's just because the software didn't get updated, but this One UI 8.5, like I said, this is still the beta, and I feel like either One UI 9 is going to come out with the S26 series, or One UI 8.5 is going to come out with the S26 series. I don't know why they decided to call it One UI 8.5 instead of 9, but I guess Samsung knows best, right? That was it for this video. Thank you for watching if you made it to the end, and even if you didn't make it to the end, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.